It's that time of the year again, and I'm so excited. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Mr. Pinking, but you can call me Jacques. And today, we're going to be choosing some books for a very special readathon that happens once a year. Once in April and again in August. It's an ongoing thing. It's called #Magical Readathon, and it's hosted by G from Book Roast, which I will tag in the comments down below. So be sure to go and have a look at that. Basically, the O.W.L.s Readathon, and in August the NEWTs Readathon is basically designed for us to feel like we're taking exams at Hogwarts. And G has put together a whole comprehensive list of wizarding jobs or careers with the prompts that we can take from the 12 subjects. In the link below, in her video, she will have links to all these documentations, as well as all the Twitter feed that's all there, and the hashtags that we're going to use. So #Magical Readathon, #O.W.L.s Readathon 2020. So we're going to be doing all of those. I was planning on going to the printer and having that document printed, the ones that show the job that I've chosen and all the prompts, etc. But we are under quarantine, and I'm under quarantine. You call it self-isolating. Well, everybody's calling it self-isolating. Oh, social distancing. Sorry, social distancing. But literally, our borders and stuff are going to be closed. The president here in South Africa has announced that even the malls need to close. So Friday, everything is coming to shut down here in South Africa. I'm stuck in my house. Not that I ever go anywhere anyway, but I have no excuse now not to go. So how are you guys holding up under your self-isolation? I hope everyone's well. I hope you're not going too stir crazy. I hope nobody's killed each other yet. Anyway, back to the subject. Hogwarts exams have 12 subjects. For those of you who know Hogwarts, and I'm very sure very few people don't know Harry Potter nowadays. Anyway, there are 12 subjects, and there's a list of jobs that we can aspire to. And each job contains the list of how many subjects you need for that career, and then this is now sitting for hours. So it's the beginning of the year, and you're gonna read each prompt once. But when it comes to August, and this is the big thing, in August you're going to be doing your NEWTs levels, and that's now the high one. So what's gonna happen is you need to get an A, E, or O, and acceptable, exceeds expectations, or an outstanding mark, a distinction for your subject. In this case, you're going to need to read either 1, 2, or 3 books in that subject in order to obtain that grade. So I'm setting myself up for fall come August, because I'm going to have to read like a gazillion books. Seriously. Okay, so before I get into my list, I made notes here. There are, like I said, G has a booklet of wizarding careers, and I'm going to be doing the Spellmaker. Last year I did Auror, but I didn't end up finishing all the books in August last year, so I didn't make Auror. It's terrible. I didn't fail things in my lifetime. Anyway, so this year I'm going to do Spellmaker. But what's new as well, which is one of the new jobs for this year, it wasn't there last year. And then she's also put together some courses, seminars, workshops that you can do as an additional extra. For example, like Animagus training, and the train driver, if you want to drive the Hogwarts Express, and also Mer People Linguistics, Magical Shop, Management, that kind of thing. There are a couple of others. I don't know. So, without talking too much more, let me tell you and show you what I've chosen to read. Okay, before I show you the books that I've chosen, let me tell you the process that I go about deciding which books I'm going to read for the month. As you can see over here, These are all my review books that I've received over the months that I still have to read for review. The ones that I've already read are not there. So I need to prioritize these books in my TBR pile. However, I find that if I read too many, then my reviews actually fall behind. So what I do is I would intersperse my review books with non-review books to give me time to write up those reviews. That sounds right? Okay. Sorry about that. So, I've chosen to follow the path of a spell maker because, I like creating things. I like baking and changing recipes and, finding ways to make life easier for me. That kind of a thing. So that just seems to fit for me. The key traits for a spell maker are logic, enthusiasm, passion, and inventiveness. I think I can handle that. I do. I really do. And then that requires 7 subjects. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 7 books for me to read in order to get the spellmaker at O.W.L.s level. Okay. Obviously, it's going to be more in August during the NEWTs because then you'll have to read maximum of up to 3 books per subject. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times 3 is actually 21, and that is going to throw me out. I mean, I'll never manage, unless they're comics. I'll never manage 21 books. But nevertheless, we'll see what happens in August. And then, as I mentioned, she created some courses and sidelines and stuff. So I'm choosing also to do the Animagus training because, come on, who doesn't want to be able to transform into a bird and fly away? Seriously. Like, awesome, right? Yeah. So anyway, sidetrack. So that requires you to have another 3 subjects. But what happens is if you already have that subject in your main OWL, you don't need to double up on the side course. So, for example, Animagus training requires transfiguration, arithmancy, and potions. Now, arithmancy and transfiguration is already covered in my main O.W.L.s. You see, I'm so excited, I'm falling over my tongue. Transfiguration and arithmancy are already covered in my main O.W.L.s. Those are 2 of the 7 subjects that I have to take, so I only need to add potions onto my list, so giving me now 8 subjects to complete. So that's quite doable. I'm doing about between 5 and 8 books a month anyway. And now that we stuck at home, there's no excuse. Sorry about that. So the subjects that we're covering in the Spellmaker O.W.L.s are the following. I'm going to tell you the subject, I'm going to tell you what the prompt is, and I'm going to show you the book that I chose. Okay, cool. So the first subject is Ancient Ruins, or not ruins, runes, which is the heart rune. So you need to read a book with a heart in the title or on the cover. Now you see, I haven't much of those. I went through every single book. I have Heartless, but I've already read that. Lovely book. Didn't want to reread it again. There's another book as well that I've already read. It's okay. But going through every single thing, I was despairing that I didn't have anything. But luckily, I found Hippie by Paulo Coelho, and that's got hearts right over there. So this qualifies. Which I'm very happy about. I haven't read this one. I haven't read any of them. So, yeah, I'm quite excited. Another thing that I wanted to tell you was that usually, back in my TBR, I follow my Goodreads group, Devour Your TBR, and every month they've made like a theme. So March was Monsters March, and that's what I chose my TBR on. And then April is going to be Contemporary April, so any and all contemporaries that you have that you want to read, to get that done. So, with books like this, I can actually participate in that too. So I'm very happy with that. So that's book one. Hippie by Paulo Coelho. Oh, off to a good start. So the second subject in my O.W.L.s is arithmancy, which is the power of two, like balance slash opposites. So that prompt is read something outside your comfort zone. My comfort zone is fantasy. I like fantasy a lot. I mean, I'll still dive into a little bit of sci-fi and a thriller or two, maybe a mystery, but it's fantasy. Fantasy is my go-to. You know, if I'm going to go buy a book, 10 to 1, I'm going to come back with a fantasy. I don't enjoy romances and non-fiction. I really don't. So that's probably my basic opposite. So what I've then chosen is, out of a review book. This is not a review book. This is a review book. So, okay. So I'm going to read Find Me by Andre Aciman, I don't know. Which is the sequel to Call Me By Your Name. Confession time. I haven't read the book Call Me By Your Name because I don't have it. I haven't been able to get it yet. I have watched the movie a couple of times and I loved it. Oh my god, it's so sweet and I'm dying. So I do want to read this. I know it's not the same, but I'm gonna go with that. So that's pretty cool. Sorry. And then the third subject we're gonna cover is astronomy. We're doing night classes in astronomy. So the prompt is to read a book, mostly during dark hours, which isn't too bad because I'm up most of the night, and plus we're going into winter now, so it's autumn, so the days are shorter and the nights are longer, which is cool. And I've decided I'm going to read Dust Road. Oh, don't fall down. By Tom Huddleston. I do apologize. This is the sequel to Floodwood, which I read not so long ago. I absolutely love this one. Okay, there is a mini review up on Goodreads and on my blog. But I think that when I'm done reading this one, then I'm going to review them both together. And just an aside, Nosy Crow Books, they focusing on children's and stuff, and this is going to be the third book that I'm going to read from them, and I absolutely love what they're doing. Very, very fantastic. Do go check them out as well. So cool. That's book number 3. Yes. Okay, cool. Well, I have 3 books so far. Then we're going to go on, shall we? Charms is next. Charms. And that prompt is Lumos Maxima, where they want us to read a book with a cover, white cover. It's mostly whites. Book with a white cover. I have 2 books already for review, so I wanted to add another non-review book. So I chose O.W.L.s from B.E. Schwab. Also why I chose this one is because I read This Savage Song long ago. This has been on my shelf for a long time, and I really do want to get that off my list, get it off my mind. So cool. So O.W.L.s by V.E. Schwab. And then we're going on to Divination, for which we had to assign a number to every book in our TBR and then pick one as a random number generator. I have too many books for that. So what I did is I took a bunch of books, like 15, I think, and I put them on my bed, and I went to go ask my brother to go pick a book for me. Now, my brother also has the same sort of taste in books as me. He's more into sci-fi than I am, but we both do fantasies and stuff. So 10 to 1, we read the same books. So he's already read a lot of books that I haven't read. So that's pretty cool. He's going to read this one as well. Yeah, that's fine. So he picked one for me. We will call it random, and we ended up choosing Clockwork Angel by Cassie Clare. We both read The Mortal Instruments and we both enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I did enjoy it. And since I have all of these, I haven't been able to read them. I don't read something until I have the full series because I want to be able to binge read if I love it. Okay, so I haven't read any of the others until I had all of them. So now I have the 3 Infernal Devices, and I also have the 3 after that one, the Dark Artifices. So I'm going to be reading this one. So he chose that one. So this is pretty cool. Who doesn't love Cassie Clare, apparently? Yeah. Okay, so there are still 2 more subjects to go through, but before I get into those, please smash that like button because seriously, it helps me out a lot. And please consider subscribing to my channel and you'll get more bookish goodness as well as, you know, some other stuff that I'm cooking up. So do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and that way you'll be able to be notified by YouTube whenever I upload a new video. Okay, so for the last 2 subjects, I need to tell you a little story or explain myself. This is like the 3rd, 4th incarnation of this list. I originally, chose 2 ebooks on my Kindle app, but I always prefer a physical book. So, you know, I did some debating and then Anyway, the History of Magic and Transfiguration. Okay, cool. So, History of Magic is about the witch hunts. So, you need to read a book that features witches or wizards. And then Transfiguration you need to read a book that includes shape-shifting. You see, now the thing comes in where I prioritize my review books. So I still have this book. Such a pretty book. The illustrated paperback that I got from Jonathan Ball. This one has the Polyjuice Potion in it, so there's shape-shifting. So I'm going to put this one as my Transfiguration, but then I thought, okay, cool, I might as well, you know, just do the reread of Harry Potter, because I haven't done that yet recently. So I'm going to read the Philosopher's Stone illustrated paperback for History of Magic, featuring witches or wizards. And that makes that. I only have these 2. I do hope I'll get them all one day. So hint, hint, Jonathan Paul, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Anyway, moving on. Okay, cool. So these 7 books now conclude my list for the Spellmaker Owls. These are my 7 exams that I'm taking. Okay, so those are my main subjects. And then I also want to do the Animaker's training because I want to be a bird and fly free and far away. So I only have to add potions to my list to make it 8 because I already have Transfiguration and Arithmancy. So for potions, we're doing the Shrinking Solution, and we should read a book that's under 150 pages. Now let me tell you something. I have not a single book in my entire house that's under 150 pages. I do have one single book, but I went through everything. Okay, now I'm not talking about these little poster books from Harry Potter because I have those. And I'm not talking about little kiddies picture books because I have one of those, which I put in a box somewhere, that I've reviewed already. And it was a hassle. I went through even the thin one, like Hitchhiker's Guide, has over 150 pages, I kid you not. But eventually, going through all of them, I settled on Beetlebard Illustrated because it literally has 148 pages, and I counted them to make sure. So this is 148 pages. This is going to be a reread. I have no other option. I was hoping to Sorry, get more books at the Bargain Books warehouse sale that was supposed to happen this weekend past, but our friend COVID-19 decided that that's not a good idea, so that was cancelled. I wasn't able to get more books. I'm not going out my door, okay, and I'm not ordering anything online because everyone's supposed to be at home. Why must I create work for people who might just get sick as well because of my order? That's fine. No, I can wait. So that's fine. There will be more warehouse sales. There will be another Comic Con Cape Town. I'm not bummed. I don't want to kill myself, but I'm good nevertheless. So that's why I'm reading that one. Judge me not, okay? Now that I have 8 books, I also really wanted to do the Mer people linguistics. I only have to add one more book, one more subject to my list, and that's herbology. And we're studying the Mimbulus Mimbletonia, so we need to read a book that starts with the letter M. Another review book, I decided to go with The Music Box by Toby Bennett. It's a fantasy. He is the silver winner of the 2019 Sanlam Youth Literature Prize. And I did get to briefly meet him when I got my book signed. That's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to reading that. That'll bring my total to 9. Okay. It's quite doable. I mean, 3 of them are rereads, so those will go really quickly, theoretically. And then, okay, yeah, okay. It's not like I have enough books here, no. So what I'm going to do is, if I get through all of these and there's still time, then I'm going to do the train driver course as well, because I want to drive the Hogwarts Express. I mean, seriously, who doesn't? Who doesn't? So I need to add 2 more subjects to my coursework. Defense Against the Dark Arts, and we're studying Grindylows. So they want us to read a book set at the sea or coast. I'm going to play around with that because I don't know for sure. I know for one book that's set at the coast, but it's not. It's actually in the middle of the book when they go to the coast. I don't know a book that's set at the coast or at the seaside or whatever, but I do have one, To Kill a Kingdom by Alexandra Christo. It's mermaids. They're underwater. Grindylows are underwater. They live in the lake. This is the sea. I'm going to go with this one. I may, it may not. I'm going to go with this one. I'm loosely interpreting the prompts. That would be cool. But this is optional. Okay, cool. And then, of course, I need to also add Muggle studies. So we need to read a book from the perspective of a Muggle. In other words, a contemporary. So I'm going to go with Racing in the Rain by Garstein, the original title being The Art of Racing in the Rain. It's now a movie. This is the movie tie-in cover. And I was fortunate enough to win a ticket to go see the premiere of this. Loved it. I absolutely loved the movie. I wonder if this is the original work or the movie work, but I'm going to read it anyway. So that's another review book. And To Kill a Kingdom is not a review book. But these I'm going to read only if I've read all 9 of these. So, yeah. This is potentially my full pile of books for the O.W.L.s Readathon 2020. But I'm definitely going to read 8 out of these. 9 out of these 11. Definitely going to read 9. Okay, I'm definitely going to read 7. Hoping to read 9, if not all 11. Yeah, so please, let me know down below if you guys are going to be please let me know down below if you guys are also going to be participating in the O.W.L.s Readathon. If you have a video about your TBR and you'd like me to watch that, please leave your link down below. I'll definitely want to see what it is that you're going to be reading as well, and which career that you guys have chosen. These things are very interesting. Also, a little note is that if you are participating, there is a document that she has set up from Book Roast, where we put in the books that we've read and the amount of pages, and then over when it's all done, we will have a total count of the pages that everybody read together. I mean, in the last count last year, there was over 6 million pages read. That was amazing. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And yeah, so please let me know if you're going to be participating. I'd love to know what you're reading, what you've chosen. Also, if you've read any of these books that I'm going to be reading, please tell me about it or what you thought about it. Please leave a spoiler free, that would be awesome. Except my rereads, which would be the 3 J.K. Rowlings. Okay. Everything else I haven't read. Yeah. Dying to read these. I'm currently reading The Pact from Amy Hayden Rake. And then I'm going to be reading a couple of other books for March, and I can't wait to get into these. I've got a readathon coming up this weekend. Well, 2 actually. One being topping the TBR on Goodreads, and the other being 24 before Monday on Goodreads. Okay, cool. I can read the same books for both of them. It's going to keep me busy. Also, let me know down below what it is that you guys are doing to keep yourself, sane during this period of quarantine. I have many things to do. I have a PlayStation. I have videos to take. I have books to read. I've got an awesome game called Genesis. That's incredible. There's WhatsApp still, so I'm not cut off from people. So yeah, so let me know what it is that you guys are doing. And if you have kids, what it is that you're doing with your kids. I don't have kids, thank goodness for that. They would drive me insane, never mind me. Hello. Anyway, yeah, so other than that, this is all from my side. I wish you everything of the best. Stay safe. Much love. Mwah.